I grew up at the playground playing basketball, playing football, playing every sport. And, for me, where I really started to understand how important, environment was and taking care of your community where you live was the example set by both my parents. And I can remember my father going for jogs when he would get home from work, and he would come home with, a handful of trash in each hand. And then he would just, throw it in our garbage can. And it just had an effect on me as a young kid, how much, he hated people littering and how much he wanted to kind of clean up, our neighborhood and our community.
I'm a third generation in our family business, and my grandparents, the founders of Pocono Raceway, were always looking forward to the next generation and doing things and planning things to make us more successful as we went forward. And I think that it's our responsibility to do that for the future generations to come.
Many of the top athletes actually come from some of our most challenged communities, and if we're not focusing on helping to improve the air quality, we may not ever see the next LeBron or Serena, but we've got a chance to make sure that no matter where you come from, whether you come from a rural background or an urban background, that you get a fair chance, that you're living in a place that's healthy and sustainable, and that whatever that God-given ability is can be enhanced by being in a more pristine environment, if you will.
It's not how much money can we make in 3 years, it's what kind of legacy and impact are we going to have in 100 years. And once you get business leaders thinking longitudinally about that stuff, it completely changes the culture and governance of a business or an institution or a sports team. The sports teams have been around forever. Unless they get traded and moved to other cities, they're still going to be around, and they're cultural anchors of our cities. And if they can get that kind of thinking in place, not only how they win on the field, but how they impact and shape the community around them. That's going to be, I think, a really key advantage that the Green Sports Alliance has in its members.
One of the key themes coming out is we need to get more people at the table who have historically not been at the table. And so I leave this summit very motivated to make sure that next year and the year after that, when we're looking around the room and having this amazing conversation about green sports, we have more of the folks impacted positively and negatively by green sports in the room at these conferences.
I am so happy that I came. Like I said, it's a little bit out of my scope, but it's amazing how relevant everything is to each other. I mean, I just made so many connections of like, oh, maybe this is not your expertise, but like, here's an alternative solution in my field that is perfect for this. So just encouraging people that might not be in the sustainability field to be like, hey, listen to this, see if you have a space to talk about this or a solution based off of your expertise.
This is a non-competitive environment. Here we are all sports and all interested people on sustainability in sports, aiming for the same, for playing for that future generations and making sure that we can share that expertise and add value to each other's work. If we can do that, we're all in the same boat, then we're going to be better next year at the 10th summit, at the anniversary of the Green Sports Alliance, and definitely that's our goal.
Don't be afraid to speak to what you're passionate about. Actually, one of the climate activists who I work with through Protect Our Winters told me a quote once that I really appreciated, and it was that the forest would be a very quiet place if the only birds that sang were those that sang best. And essentially what that means is to always speak to what you're passionate about, even if it doesn't come out the way that you're hoping it will, or if you don't feel as informed as you need to, which is oftentimes how I feel. I don't think there's anything wrong with still discussing these issues and just trying to have whatever degree of a positive impact that you can.